Hit Season 2.
Be jumping into Dusk Towers for game number 2. And this is the map that Trust is more comfortable on. But I'm sure he's not feeling too comfortable in a situation right now, regardless.
Yeah, Trust on the ropes right now.
Now let's see if he can pull it back into his favor here in game number 2 up against Zest.
The zombies come out at night. They'll never catch me. They'll never catch me.
That was a sick song.
It's back again. I need to know what that song is just so I can listen to that drop. Anyway, down at the bottom left, the red Protoss from KT, just like his opponent. It is Zest.
Woos go out for Zest here. Spawning here at the top right side. His teammate, Trust.
Actually getting a bigger cheer is Trust. Must have some of his friends down at the studio.
Friends and family coming in here to cheer on their good old friend Trust.
That's what you got to do, man. You got your buddy in the booth.
Just bring in your extended family as well. Just bring in everyone around Korea to be like, oh yeah, I'm a pro gamer. You can
yeah.
Get the support.
You just got to scream your heart out like, yeah, Trust, get him. Well, he's got to win 2 in a row against Zest.
Yeah, and as I said, it's not really the position that Trust wants to be in. We see the first deviation here on Dusk Towers is that Trust decides to go for 2 early assimilators to get the gas out as soon as possible, while we see Zest actually opting to just work off that 1 assimilator and take the Nexus.
He went for a very early scout. We were talking about the cheers and the song. I didn't see if he was trying to go for a gas steal or not. That could have also led triggered Trust to take both of the gases pretty early as well. And he does have this probe over here very early.
Yep, and he's just being very obnoxious, just delaying that mining on that far right mineral patch. And the thing is here, Trust is banking a lot of gas. And the question I want to ask is, what he's going to use with that gas? Okay, there's a Mothership Core. He also gets the Stalker and the Warp Gate tech.
Still mining a lot of gas here. Probe gets out of the base. Isn't going to see much. Zest also does have a very early Nexus here. So just the pressure's going to be on him to put some kind of pressure onto Zest.
Yeah, his Nexus is very late. It's around 1 whole Nexus cycle behind the Nexus of Zest, and he needs to do damage with his well, not damage, but he needs to see what Zest is doing right now, because whatever he wants to invest into the gas, it has to counter what Zest is doing.
He's going to see that the ramp is blocked off, may make him a little bit suspicious here, and Stargate is going to be the choice after the Nexus. Well, I bet he gets the Nexus first,
okay,
even if he was thinking about it.
Might be pylons on the lower ground and force the overcharge on there, because there isn't really much to the defense of Zest. He's got this 1 Mothership Core, he's got that 1 Stalker as well.
He's going to have a 2nd Stalker out here to help poke. And you see an extra pylon going down. Ooh, trying to do a bit of damage there to that Stalker. And he waits until the very last second, you know, trying to bait Trust into actually letting those complete. And that actually supply blocks Trust back at home. Yeah, and this probe just like waltzes in.
Yeah, the problem with Zest there is that he had to use the pylon overcharge because he can't move his units down. He's completely walled off his ramp. And yeah, unfortunately for Trust, Zest does get that probe in, scouts the Nexus timing at the back base, and I'm going to see an Oracle here from Trust.
We also did have the Mothership Core. I'm not sure if this was shown on camera, but the Mothership Core went in and scouted everything in the base of Zest.
Yep, so both players will have full intelligence of what each others are doing.
And this probe is still alive.
Still alive. He's staying alive.
Seeing if he can sneak in again. But this probe has been so useful in terms of scouting information. He scouts no 3rd base just yet. No crazy kind of early 3rd base shenanigans. Not getting too greedy as Trust.
Yeah, and it looks like Zest is going for the Twilight Council. Probably going to be a Blink behind this. Actually, no, it could be the Adepts as well, because... okay, no, it's going to be Blink. I thought it could have been Resonating Blaze, because yesterday we saw in the PvPs between Classic and Seed, Classic used the Adepts to his advantage during that match.
Uh-oh, look at this. No Pylon, no Mothership Core, and no Stalkers in the mineral line. 8 probes go down
Very
in
nice
total.
move from Trust. Because his expansion was so late, he needs to get damage done to Zest, and we can see there in the supply count, 4 workers ahead.
Yeah, he's crawling his way back here. And we do have that Dark Shrine coming up. This has not been scouted yet by Trust.
You might see it with his 2 Oracles that are coming in to sweep around the base though. Let's see what pathing they decide to take.
Yeah, Zest should be ready for this time around. Let's see if he does have that Mothership Core in position. He does. Insta overcharge, but still able to snipe 3 probes.
Does he Dark Shrine though?
I don't believe so. Oh, yeah, he actually did.
Okay, that's good. And also there's actually 2 observers out for Trust, so he's going to be able to shut this Dark Templar play down if he plays his cards right.
He immediately makes a cannon, too. Yep. He's not messing around with this.
Like, he's done the damage that he needed to do with those Oracles. There's no reason to be greedy. He's going to pop down those cannons. He's even got the observer in that main base. He knows it's coming, but he's doing all the right things to defend from it.
Let's see if Zest can still find damage. He is one of the best DT players we do have in Korea. And now coming into the back door, there is that cannon we were mentioning.
Yep. And here comes the Dark Templars. Will it snipe off this cannon before Trust can react to it?
Oh, nice micro here, fighting with the probes, but he gets the cannon, and there's no other detection. So both DTs are going to force a gigantic pull and should get the cannon and the Spylon.
Yeah, where's the observer? Okay, there it is. But he's going to take out these 2 DTs. They're very low HP. And another warp in actually from Zest rather. He's going to actually pick off that weakened Dark Templar. Only 1 Dark Templar was killed by Trust. That being said though, Trust is in a comfortable position right now. He hasn't died completely to the DT drops. He's got these 2 Oracles still, and he's denying mining at that 3rd base.
Yeah, Zest is going to begin transferring some of these probes over here, and it looks like Trust is actually just waiting. He's like, okay, if you want to put some probes over there, they're going to go down. We do have this drop coming down. Meanwhile, Oracle's getting kills here at this 3rd base. There's only 1 Stalker. It's getting so much damage done.
Yeah, these have been very good Oracles for Trust. And here comes another Dark Templar drop, but the Observer is in the base. It's going to be able to melt this up.
It's amazing how much damage, how quickly they can shell out that damage. 3 DTs, 9 kills on the probes.
Actually, the worker count's quite even, actually. And Zest, slowly but surely, is climbing his way back into this game. The Oracles, sure, they did their damage zapping those probes, but it's not really critical. Like, I think Dark Templars have a bit more utility in terms of the harassment capability that they have compared to Oracles. Oracles are very good units, but they're more useful for detection or tagging or stasis wards at this point of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to swoop in and, you know...
Oh, he tried to go for a tag there. Actually gets a tag off and does lose that Oracle. Very nice play there from Trust. He's going to be able to see where that Blinkstalker army of Zest is moving about.
Yeah, and everything's looking great for Trust so far. His upgrades are ahead. He's going for Chargelet Archon a lot faster than Zest, where Zest is just going for straight up gateways. He may even just try to do like a 1-1 Resonating Glaives, Blinkstalker, Adept timing here. And with only Immortals and Stalkers, as Trust makes this transition, I think there may be a small window here for Zest to actually kill him, but...
No, he's taking his 4th base behind the additional gateways. Just wants to get all those upgrades up for his units. He wants to have that potpourri of variety of his gateway units, trying to catch Trust's army composition off guard when he can.
Snipes an Oracle there. Looks like actually got both of them. I don't see any Oracles on the map at this point.
And this hallucinated Phoenix gets to see the arm composition of Trust. 3 Dark Templars are out for him. And we all know how beefy those Dark Templars are. Oh, sorry, those Archons.
Yeah, look at how few gas actually Zest has picked up. That was a great showing there by the Observer. He actually did not take 3 of his gases, and this is the timing I was talking about. Everything is lining up, and he has so many gateways that he built with all of those minerals as well. and he just has so many units.
Yeah, I don't know where Zest got all these units from. This just feels like such large army. Sure, these Immortals and Archons are very nice units, but if Zest can get a good angle, he can surround
Look at this.
the army.
He's just going to shade in. He forces the double overcharge, and he's not going to commit here. He's just going to back off, start sieging this fourth, get his War Prism into a better spot. And the army of Zest right now looks much better than the army of Trust. He's fighting Archons, Immortals, and Stalkers with so many Adepts here.
Oh, here comes the shading though from Zest, but there are a few Stalkers sitting there at the main base, so it's going to help defend from this. But in the meantime, they're at the front base of Trust. Actually, Trust is doing a very nice job defending from this. He's got the Guardian Shield up, the Immortals.
Look at that! He draws in so many of the units into the main, and then he shades in from behind. Is it going to work out, though? He did lose a lot of Adepts in the main, going for that really tricky move.
I think Trust has enough to defend from this. He's still got that very healthy Immortal count. 4 Immortals now to 2 Immortals of Zest, and as long as he can control, he's controlling these Immortals quite impeccably.
Gonna warp in more Adepts here, but he really needed that big core of Adepts. I think he was getting a little bit too tricky, and that's gonna cost him this game. He lost way too much of his units. Like, he did deny the fourth base, but now he's gonna lose pretty much everything that he's got in the middle of the map.
Yeah, very nice control here from Trust. He can try and march forward and take out that fourth base. It's just a matter of time until Trust decides to march forward.
Yeah, we do have a bunch of pylons over there, as well as that mothership core, but I'm not sure it's going to matter when you're fighting this many units.
Yep. And there's these Archons as well as part of this army composition, and those Archons do a lot of damage to those Adepts and Zealots. GG.
GG, that's going to be it, and Trust making it interesting. We're going to get down to the last game here. Zest on the ropes once again.
Yeah, very nice play there from Trust. Using those Archons, using those Immortals to help bulk his army up. And that shade in from Zest was quite questionable.
Yeah, I think that's actually what lost him the fight, right? He was going for this specific timing with the 1-1, the glaives, and the blink, and he denies the fourth base, right? But he's got his own up. He can kind of just back off, right? Yeah. Continue to warp in more and more rounds of Adepts and just keep on forcing overcharges, and then eventually go for the big fight where you just shade in all your Adepts right on top of the army. You blink in with your Stalkers, and your Immortals are perfectly safe in the back, and you can really just cause so much havoc. I think that was the idea, but he tried to get like a little bit tricky, right, with his Adepts, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, all he needed to do was deny that fourth base of Trust, because he did have his own fourth base up and running, and you're going to have that economic lead, and you can just max out off those 4 bases and then just go for another round of attacks.